Can you handle losing 8 trades in a row, multiple times a year? Because if you're trading a 3-to-1 risk-reward system, that's not bad luck, that's normal. And that right there is one of the main reasons most retail traders blow up while professional firms quietly trade something very different. Here's the part no one tells you. Professional trading firms do not obsess over 3-to-1 risk-reward ratios, yet YouTube gurus treat 3-to-1 like some sacred law of trading. Today I'm going to break down why that advice that sounds the smartest, always aim for 3-to-1, is actually a fast track, psychological breakdowns, and account destruction. Yes, we'll look at the math, but more importantly, we'll look at what happens in your mind, your equity curve, and your prop firm challenge when you're sitting through your 8th straight loss waiting for that perfect 3-to-1 setup. You heard it endlessly. Your risk rewards should be at least 2-to-1, ideally 3-to-1. The logic sounds airtight. Risk $100 to make $300, and you only need to be right 25% of the time to break even. And guess what? That math is correct. It's also practically useless. What actually matters is what happens in the real world day after day when you're executing trades under pressure, and when you look at that reality, a 1-to-1 system doesn't just compete with 3-to-1 systems, it crushes them. Let's talk about the thing trading educators conveniently avoid. Losing streaks. Not 1 or 2 losses. I'm talking about those stretches where nothing worked. Every trade stops out. You start wondering if your edge vanished. Here's the truth. Losing streaks aren't rare. They're mathematical guarantees, and how often they hit depends almost entirely on your win rate. So let's compare 2 traders. Suzanne trades a 1-to-1 system. She risks $100 to make $100. Her win rate is 55%, nothing flashy. Michael trades a 3-to-1 system. He risks $100 to make $300. His win rate is 35%, still above the mythical 25% break-even point. On paper, both systems work. In reality, they don't behave the same at all. Michael loses 65% of the time. That means nearly 2 losses for every win. That guarantees frequent, brutal losing streaks. 5, 6, 7, even 8 losses in a row isn't a black swan for him. It's routine. Suzanne, winning 55% of the time, experiences shorter, less frequent drawdowns. 3 or 4 losses in a row might happen, 8 or 10, extremely rare. And this difference matters far more than any spreadsheet edge. After Michael's 4th loss, doubt creeps in. After his 7th, he's rewriting his trading plan. After his 10th, he is on forums asking if the market changed. Nothing is wrong with his strategy. This is exactly how 35% system behaves, but his brain doesn't understand probability. It interprets repeated losses as failure. Suzanne doesn't spiral like that. She wins often enough to reset confidence before it collapses. This isn't opinion. A University of California study found traders who hit 5 or more consecutive losses performed 23% worse afterward. Not because their strategy changed, but because their psychology broke. MIT research showed something even darker. Losing trades trigger the same physiological response as physical danger: elevated heart rate, adrenaline, stress hormones. And here's the key insight. It wasn't the size of the losses that caused the damage. It was the frequency. A trader losing $1,000 repeatedly showed worse stress responses than someone making more money overall, but inconsistently. Your brain isn't a calculator, it's a survival machine. Repeated losses activate fear systems that do not care about expected value. Then there's reward prediction error. Dopamine isn't released when you win. It's released when you win more than expected. Low win rate systems create dopamine droughts. That impairs decision making and shifts brain activity away from rational thinking and toward fear. In plain language, repeated losses make you more emotional, more impulsive, and objectively worse at trading. Then comes learned helplessness. After enough uncontrollable losses, your brain stops believing your actions matter. That's when traders either freeze or revenge trade. This is why a 3-to-1 trader is psychologically punished non-stop. Even with the same expected value, they're constantly under mental attack. Now flip the script. There's something called the winner's effect. Winning boosts testosterone, which improves confidence, pattern recognition, and execution speed. John Coates studied this in Wall Street Traders and found that traders who won early in the day made better decisions later. High win rate systems keep traders in this positive feedback loop. Low win rate systems trap traders in stress and cortisol. That alone destroys the case for rigid 3-to-1 thinking. Then there's an equity curve. A 1-to-1 system with a 55% win rate produces a stair-step curve, progress with manageable pullbacks. A 3-to-1 system with a 35% win rate produces a roller coaster, deep drops followed by occasional spikes. Then there's even a metric called the ulcer index, literally measuring psychological pain from drawdowns. Low win rate systems consistently score 2 to 3 times worse. And here's the killer. Traders abandon systems during pain, usually right before the big win. The smoother curve survives. Survival is the edge. Now add prop firm rules. 10% max drawdown, limited time window. A 35% win rate trader hitting 8 losses in a row is suddenly 1 trade away from failing, doing nothing wrong. A 55% win rate trader rarely even approaches a limit. Monte Carlo simulations show it clearly. 1-to-1 with 55% win rate passes 67% of challenges. 3-to-1 with 35% win rate passes 41%. That's not preference, that's probability. Then there's trade frequency. 3-to-1 setups are rare. 1-to-1 setups are everywhere. More trades means faster learning, better adaptation, and more consistent income if you have an edge. And what do professionals actually do? They don't worship risk-reward ratios. Firms like Jane Street and DRW focus on win rate, execution quality, and volatility control. Most of their trades are around 1-to-1. The 3-to-1 obsession is almost entirely retail, and it survives because it sounds smart. Here's a reality. 3-to-1 has its place. Strong trends, higher time frames, letting winners run, but the idea that you must always trade 3-to-1 is lazy advice for people who don't trade real money. The best risk-reward ratio isn't the one that looks impressive, it's the one that you can execute consistently without breaking mentally. Trading isn't just math, it's psychology, consistency, and survival. The traders who last aren't chasing flashy ratios. They're building systems they can still trade a year from now. Stop copying what sounds smart, start trading what actually works. And if this helped you think differently about trading, subscribe for more.